Paymaster, Jamaica's first bill payment agency, is marking 30 years of service. In this special two-part feature, we spotlight 4 of Paymaster's longest-serving team members as they reflect on their incredible journeys. In part 1, meet Ann Palmer and Donna Seaton as they share their stories of commitment and growth over the years.
My name is Ann Palmer. I am the branch manager for Portmore Mall. I am with Paymaster for 23 years. I heard about Paymaster initially through Kadeen Matthews. She was a former HR manager at Paymaster. Did the application, and my first interview was with Mr. Roger Thompson. And I was so nervous. It was my first ever job interview because I'm a country girl. So I didn't know how to be professional and answer questions professionally. And he was like, just relax. We're having a friendly conversation. So it took the edge off. We were at Dumfries Road at the time. And that was my first interview. My first day on the job was a different story. I remember I had on a white top, and being from the country, you were always told your skirt had to be below your knees. So I dressed the way I grew up, and when I walked into Cable and Wireless Portmore Mall, that was where I was going to do my training. I remember one of the young ladies at the time, Jacqueline Jackson, she said, "How does a country girl come from?" I felt so bad because I didn't know if it was the way I was dressed or the way I looked, but I was like, okay, you got this. Because I had an aim. I was very young, no experience, and this was my first shot. So I told myself, you got this. And my supervisor at that time, Jan Leslie, she said to me, don't listen to her, because she was just the same. And she walked me through the process. We went through the system remotely, could only process 5 bills at the time. And she said you have to pay keen attention to the account number, the customer's name, and the address. Make sure you count the money and count it twice. And I was nervous, but then I got into it during the day, and then I relaxed, and it was okay. What has kept me at Paymaster initially is the feeling of being a part of. You're a part of something greater than yourself. So you aspire to be greater than what you initially are, so you can become what you are seeing other people around you. And that is what has kept me there. In that 23 years, I have become a mother of 2 children, a girl and a boy, 22 years and 16 years old. Wow, it has been challenging. Really challenging. Motherhood, being a single mother, has been challenging. My job has not been so challenging as in finding the right balance between family and work. That has been my most challenging issue, actually. Sometimes you take work home, and that sometimes has a bit of an issue, because when you take work home and you forget that you are home, not at work, so you can't ignore the children's tantrum that they're throwing, like you would ignore the customer's tantrum until they've calmed down. Yes, that was a complicated one to balance, but I think I've mastered it. I think so. I'm not going to say it is easy. It has been challenging. I have 2 geeks, I call them, very bright children. My daughter went to Arden High, currently heading to Micro Teachers College, and my son is at Meadowbrook High School right now. He's in 4th form. Over the period of time I've worked with Paymaster, my character has changed for the better. I am patient. I am objective. I'm not so shy anymore. And I'm willing to go the extra mile for my customers. And those were things that normally you would never get me to do. I want what I want, and I want it now. That was always me. So patiently waiting, you weren't going to get that from me. But being at Paymaster, especially dealing with senior citizens, I've learned that you've got to take it slow and wait. And that transpires also with my children, because when I tell them I want this done and it doesn't get done, I don't get angry at them anymore. I go, okay, let me wait. If I wait too long, though, no, that's a different story. But it has taught me how to wait. I wasn't an outgoing person. I was very shy. Conversation-wise, I was not. But being at Paymaster, I have learned to be open. I have learned to listen, and I've learned to talk. Because there are times when you're on the phone constantly. You have to be dealing with this person, that person. You have to be trying to get this company. So I've learned to express myself while accomplishing things for my customers. But yes, I would definitely stay for another 23 plus years.
I am Donna Seaton. I work with Paymaster for 24 years, and my occupation is an office attendant. Coming to Paymaster, then I find that there is room there that I can open up and talk to people, and things change. Well, to be honest, what kept me going or kept me in terms of my job, as most times the time, is some of my co-workers, them. And then I have people like from outside that come in that really sometimes make my day. You understand? Because I interact with a lot of people most of the times. So then you find that getting there, sometimes going, I'm not in that frame of mind, but getting there, someone will come and say something to me, and then that make my day. So it's a thing that, those are the things that really keep me going in. Some of the things that I think happened for me there, and the reason why I stayed there, I came there as, for instance, I came there with my intention, but because of the expanding of whatever opened up for me there, and the experience that I have there, it sort of kept me going, because, moving from one stage, I can do filing, I do front desk, I do whatever. So it just keep me going, and along with managers, as I said before, and co-workers. When I started at Paymaster, my daughter was like, my last child was like about 6 years old. But getting there, I get a lot of help in terms of the last one, because the other two was much bigger. So, then I would get some things to help me with schooling, like for my daughter. And so even for her going to university, the first school fee that was paid by the company. Because of what they have done for me, and because of this, whatever I achieved there, I think they becomes a big part of my family, my life, to be honest. I lose all shyness, then, put it this way. And I'm this person now, I'll go around and I will talk to this one, I'll talk to that one, and said, well, hi, how you doing, and whatever. But then when I get there, I wasn't like that. Meeting the first person that comes in and said, well, hi, good morning, how you doing? Sometimes the way they greet you, the warmness of them, they come over and said, it's simple things to you, and said, well, hi, you looking great this morning, or something, thing like that. And then it make you feel so good. And you in terms now say to them, this is it. I am okay, and how are you? And then the conversation begins, and those are my counteraction there with them.
And there is more. Stay in the loop to discover the inspiring journey of Nadra Gray, Paymaster's longest-serving team member with 27 years at the company. Read her story now on the Loop News app or at loopnews.com.